Honesty. So what is honesty? It's a great question. I think it's a question. I think it's a question that everyone should ask. So I'll tell you what I learned about honesty, because I'm still learning. Obviously, I'm only a human being. I think for so many people, when we talk about honesty or when we talk about spirituality, some people are a bit afraid of spirituality because there's so much concern around spirituality, God, honesty, love. There's so much skepticism. I was the same. I was skeptical myself, growing up as a young kid, being introduced to different religions, different ways of life, being afraid, being insecure, being afraid that people would see I was insecure, and not knowing which path to choose. But it's interesting because I always knew what the right path was. It doesn't mean I could see everything, but I could feel it. So it's interesting when I was going through a difficult time, because these are the questions I used to ask myself. First question was, am I weird? Am I the only one that feels like this? Am I the only one that feels depressed? Am I the only man that doesn't feel loved? Am I the only man that feels jealous? That feels jealous of all of his friends? That feels jealous of life? Jealous of what I don't have and what everyone else has? Am I the only one that feels dirty because I would like to make money, because we never had any money, we were poor, and I'm seeing other people that are making money, they seem happy, they've got a massive smile on their face, they've got white shiny teeth. Am I the only one that feels that I can't trust anyone? I feel abused, I feel dirty, I feel disgusting. But I also feel ashamed for feeling like that, and I thought I can't obviously tell anyone that, because people will think I'm seeking attention, I'm seeking validation. I want people to feel sorry for me. And then I've got another voice or another feeling in myself that feels angry, and that feels so angry that I feel that way. So I distract myself from that, and I want to show people I'm tough. So I think I've got to be a bully, because I got bullied. So much confusion. So much confusion, so much hiding from myself and hiding from my family and hiding from my friends. And then I asked myself, what am I hiding for? And I always used to have this thing, I'm afraid to get caught out. I just have this internal monologue. I'm afraid I'm going to get caught out. And then I say to myself, what can people catch me out for? People can see it. People can tell I'm not confident. They can tell that I'm suffering. They can tell that people can tell you're jealous. They can tell. They're not silly. We're human beings. We know everything. We feel everything. We just don't always say it. I used to be embarrassed around my friends. I used to be embarrassed because I didn't go to university. I didn't have the confidence to go to university. I wanted to go to university. I was afraid. I had social anxiety. I was afraid of receiving love. I didn't feel loved. Love made me feel sick. I was a working class boy from a council estate watching the football on the weekends, drinking beer. You don't talk about love. Love is for the crazy guys. It's for the crazy spiritual guys. That's what they told me. That's not what I felt. I didn't even have the courage to compliment my friend. When my friend would have trainers on, I actually wanted to say, I like your trainers, you look good. I was afraid in case he wouldn't believe me. I was afraid in case he thought I'm trying to take the piss out of him. That's how paranoid I was. That's how hurt I was. That's what bullying done to me. That's what my father done to me when I was younger, when he was angry at me. I was so confused. I remember when people would try and hug me, it felt horrible. I was terrified of love. I was terrified of not being loved. So I was afraid everywhere. I'm afraid of people not liking me. I'm equally as terrified of them liking me, because if they like me, what if I make a mistake? What if I fail in the relationship and they say, oh, you're not the person that I thought you was? So much expectation, so much pressure, so much pressure to be somebody. So much fear to not be that person. Afraid everywhere. Afraid of life. Terrified to come out of my house. Afraid to go into KFC and to buy a meal in case the man looked in my eyes and seen I was scared. I was a scared kid. Didn't enjoy the nightclubs. Felt empty. Felt alone. A room full of people, full of friends drinking, but I'm alone. I'm faking it. Terrified and depressed. So much confusion. Living a lie. And then of course I realised I got the answers later on when I started to work on myself and build my social confidence and improve my life and work on all of my negative tendencies like my jealousy, my paranoia, my insecurities, the need to bully men, because men bullied me all my life. And I thought, I'm afraid to get caught out for being an honest man, because this is what I am. This is the centre of my heart. This is what all my friends are at the time. Some of them are just afraid of it. I can't blame them, I can't judge them. I was like that, because we're being taught that, aren't we? But that wasn't an excuse, because I was aware that what I was being taught needed to be questioned. It doesn't mean all of it was wrong, but that's where we go wrong, because we say, oh, it's not all wrong. So what we do is, I'll tell you what I did first, years ago. We do a good deed. We go and give someone money on the street, to a homeless person, or we go and do something charitable. But then we go behind our friend's back and we slag him off for 3 hours. And we try and flirt with his girlfriend behind his back. And then we wonder why we're getting depressed. Because we're divided. We're not honest. We don't have integrity. We have integrity for an hour, then we have no integrity for 23 hours. And we think, why do I feel good one day and I feel like shit another day? Of course you're human. And that was my story. I can't trust anyone. I hate to hate people. I don't want to hate people, but that's how people made me feel. Now, when I say I was taught this, someone didn't sit me down in school and say, do you know what, Jonathan? You need to hate people. You don't need to trust anyone. But my emotions told me that. Our emotions speak louder than our words. Our words are logic. Our emotions are felt. Our heart feels more than what our mind tells us. Our mind can tell us 10 things. Our mind can say, let's go to that party tomorrow. Another voice can say, let's not go. Our mind can say, I want to have friendship with this person. Another mind can say, I'm not sure about this person. That's just the mind, but the heart feels. The heart doesn't lie. But I didn't have the confidence to listen to my heart. I was afraid, as I said. I closed my heart. Reading a book at the moment called The Untethered Soul. It's all about trust and love and honesty. Same thing I'm teaching. The reason I'm so confident of what I'm teaching, I'm so precise at sharing it, is because I know it's not mine. I wouldn't have the right to share it. I would feel arrogant. I would feel too overconfident. It's God-given. It's God-given. And I don't have all the answers. I'm only 32 years of age. I'm a human being. But so far I've learned quite a lot. My life has transformed. I feel relaxed. I'm not hiding anymore. This is what I'm teaching my students. Or let's say, if I am hiding anything, I'm not ashamed about it. I'm bringing it out gradually. This is what the social anxiety done to me. I don't need to go onto the internet to study social anxiety. I was social anxiety. I don't need to go to Harvard. I don't need to go to a psychotherapist. I am a psychotherapist. I don't need to go to a doctor or a lawyer to get a diagnosis or to go to the Mental Health Institute. I was the Mental Health Institute. I had divided thoughts. I was a damaged man. I didn't trust anyone. I was ashamed. I was embarrassed. I was terrified. I had personality disorders to protect myself, of course. Sigmund Freud has been talking about this for centuries. We say Freud's crazy, but is he crazy? He spoke a lot of the truth. I'm not sure about wanting to sleep with my own mum. I certainly don't agree with that. But it definitely affects a child from age 1 to 7 the way he's treated. So if a parent shows distrust, that ruins your trust. Of course, we can undo that distrust and we can rebuild trust. I had to rebuild trust by being honest in my life. It sounds so simple. It sounds so Christian, or it sounds so religious, but it's the truth. That's why when I was young, I was drawn to religious people, because I felt safe around them, because they were kind people. I didn't understand everything about the religions, but I felt there is an honesty there, and they're not going to try and hurt me behind my back. And then of course we're going to have a different crowd of people that are going to start saying, oh, religious people do that. But I'm not focusing on the dishonesty, I'm just focusing on the way I live. And that's something I've done for a long time. I justified my actions because everyone else is doing it. I only seen jealousy because I was a jealous person. Of course all my friends were jealous. We built friendship upon jealousy. Of course the handshakes didn't feel genuine. Of course there was dishonesty in the eye contact, because it was a relationship that was built on bad foundations. And I had to admit that I built these relationships because I didn't know anything else. I was taught this at school. But I was blessed because I had many people in my life that were honest, many people in my family. I was terrified of it, terrified of being abandoned by people. Because when you hurt someone and you damage them, it makes them, they don't trust anything. So when we say things like, I don't trust everyone, people always, when we hear distrust, people always think of the worst. Like distrust can be a bad thing, but distrust, it can be to distrust good. I didn't trust honest people. I didn't trust anyone. That's how confused I was. Confusion is a very lonely place. Didn't trust women. Of course I didn't. I kept encountering women that couldn't be trusted. I knew there was a better path. I felt it in my heart. I felt it around strong men. Only the strong men will speak of love. Only the weak men will deny love. Only the virtuous will share their honesty. Only the greedy will hide it. Only the honest will admit they're afraid. Only the honest will admit they're brave in their actions. Honesty doesn't mean being perfect. I make mistakes all the time, but I'm honest about those mistakes, and the mistakes are a lot smaller. We have to start somewhere, don't we? I used to think to myself, I don't give a shit about the world. I don't care that people are starving, because I was greedy. I don't care about what's going on in Africa or what's happening in this country, as long as I'm all right. That's why I was in darkness. Because when you get yourself right, you start caring about everyone. You start really having some consideration, because you think, I can't believe what I've been missing out. I can't believe how ignorant I was. Of course you're not going to feel good when you're talking about your friend behind your back. Of course you're going to think, can I trust him? Of course you can't trust him. You don't even trust you. You live in your body for 24 hours a day. So why don't we start working on trusting you? I was blessed. I was blessed to be in the company of great men. But that's because I was a great man, or a great man in the making. I'm around great people because I'm great. That's why I love that saying. Show me who your friends are and I'll tell you who you are. So I love all my friends that were dishonest and spoke about me behind my back, because they were just reflecting what I was doing. But I also love my friends who spoke good about me and spoke proud about me. I did the same with them. All I can do is apologise and say sorry. I wasn't aware of my actions when I did them, but now I'm aware of them. And I don't even have to say sorry over YouTube, because you pay the price anyway. I had a nervous breakdown. I had every type of breakdown, but now I'm awake. Now I've mended. Now, I want to answer another question. People have got this idea. I've got this idea. When you're honest and you want to start talking about spirituality and better living, you shouldn't want to make money, because only the greedy make money. That's not true. That's false. Money is only greedy in the hands of the beholder. It's the way we use money that's either honest. It's either caring or not. How can we build great nations with no money? We exchange money as an exchange of value. What are we supposed to do? Build it on thin air? Of course I want to make money. I'm a businessman. I'm trying to serve the world. What can I serve the world on? Ravioli in a tin. Even though I used to eat ravioli in a tin. So I was the same. I could never make money. I couldn't get a job because I couldn't trust anyone. I didn't trust money. If someone tried to offer me money, I thought they were trying to abuse me. I thought they were trying to, I don't know, I didn't trust them. So if you can't trust money, you can't trust yourself. The money's not jumping out in the air and it's not hurting people, is it? It's in the hands of people. Have I got any money on me? I haven't got any money on me. So it's the relationship. People misunderstand things. They get all silly about things. They read one quote and they determine that one quote on their whole existence. I always knew deep down that the people that are doing well, lots of people doing well, it's because they're happy, they're honest. People walk down the street, I had the same thing, not anymore. You see a nice guy and he's not that good looking aesthetically and he's got a beautiful girlfriend and you get jealous, jealousy rises up and you say to yourself, excuse my language, just to stress the point, sorry mum. How the fuck comes this guy's got this girl and I don't have anything? Because he's got virtue, he's got honesty. But then we make all kind of rationalizations. Oh, it's because he's got money. Yes, because he's got money, but it's the characteristics that got him that money and the girl. The woman's not with him with the money, she's with him for his heart, because he's congruent. But then you're going to say, oh, come on, Johnny. There's people in the world that are corrupt. There are people in the world that are corrupt. You're one of them. You're one of them, so am I. You have to change you. Because there's loads of people that are not corrupt. I've met loads of them. I've named them so many times. I'm not corrupt, neither are you. But you're choosing to be. I remember I got this realization. I thought to myself, when am I going to stop blaming my friends? When am I going to stop saying it's his fault? When am I going to stop blaming my mum and my dad? Even though what my dad did at the time was wrong. When am I going to start taking responsibility? I remember sitting at home one day doing a meditation, and I was arrogant. I was saying, look how many women I've slept with. Look at what I've done. But I thought, what does it mean to be a man? I said it out loud. I said, God, please show me, or universe, or just told myself, what does it mean to be a man? And then it came very clear. He said, being a man, Jonathan, is taking responsibility, something that you could never do. You can't even wash a pair of fucking socks out. You can't even pay a phone bill. You can't even take responsibility for what's yours. You can't even be honest with your friend and tell him that you're upset with him to his face. You did it behind his back. You're not a man, you're a coward. You're not an alpha male, you're a mouse. You're a mouse. And I didn't want to hear it, and it made me angry, but that was the truth. You think being a man sleeping with women? That's not being a man, that's what kids do. Being a man is being honest, having integrity. Why are we inspired by our great leaders? Why do I get inspired? Why do I get so excited when I see Muhammad Ali? I don't even understand why. Why do I get excited when I see Tyson? Why did I get excited when I seen Joe Kawasaki? When I seen people like Ricky Hatton? Because these are normal people doing great things, showing us what we can do. Why do I love Manny Pacquiao? Why do I feel a need to want to wake up to 6 in the morning to watch him when I'm tired and I should be going to sleep? I have to watch this man. It's a man full of love and integrity. Okay, he made a mistake. He said something, but we all make mistakes. I'm not coming on the YouTube saying I'm a saint. I'm far from a saint. I'm just telling you that the honest life is a better way. And you can't say to me, Johnny, you haven't got the proof. The proof is on YouTube. But I am the proof. I'm the proof. The change is in me. My students are the proof. The results they get, the transformation. I used to think to myself, when I'm teaching, I want to do a good job. I want to make sure my students know that I want to get a good job. How many numbers do they need to get? I knew it wasn't in the numbers. They could get 20 numbers on the street. They could go on 20 dates. It's the change in them. It's them feeling comfortable in who they are. That's what social anxiety is about. It's about not being comfortable in who you are, being afraid. When you make the transition, you're comfortable with everything. You accept you're insecure. You accept that you're afraid sometimes, you're shy. But you also accept you're very beautiful, you're very confident. So that's what, for me, honesty is about accepting everything. Honesty is about, we have great days. Listen, guys, I have days where I'm pulling my hair out. I have days when I need a hug, when I'm crying for my mum. That's honest. But I have days when I feel joy, I'm so happy, I'm confident, I'm grateful. You can't expect to have an honest life, have the money, have the women, have the confidence, have the value, and not expect to, you've got to get the bad or the good. I don't know everything about Eastern philosophy, but I know enough. I know about intuition. You can't have the yin without the yang. Bruce Lee, that's why we love Bruce Lee. Bruce Lee's saying the same things I'm saying. This is a universal truth that's felt in the heart of every single human being, but most people are afraid of it. But hopefully, with my message, I'm not trying to conform you. I don't need to conform you. I'm not trying to convince you. I don't need to convince you. I'm not trying to hypnotize you. I'm not trying to sell you anything. I'm sharing what I've learned, what I'm still learning. I'm not a jealous person. I'm not a dishonest person. I'm not a violent person. But I do sometimes occasionally feel jealous. But luckily enough, I've got the awareness, I've got great mentors, and I've got a confidence in myself to not identify myself as a jealous person. So we all feel jealousy. Don't feel afraid to feel jealous. Don't feel ashamed to feel ashamed. We all have it. I said it before. Show me a man who doesn't feel jealousy and I'll show you a liar. Show me a man who doesn't feel insecure and I'll show you a liar. Show me a man who doesn't feel vulnerable, I'll show you a liar. This is the alpha male. It's such a ridiculous thing to say, if that is alpha male. But we don't identify with these things. My mentors taught me what I never quite had the confidence to surrender to, but I knew. That's what Eckhart Tolle said. When you're getting taught by a teacher, Nothing that he's teaching you is what you didn't already know. He's just helping you to reveal. When I was socially anxious, I was confident, I was hiding it. I was terrified to show people who I was because I thought they wouldn't like it. I wasn't comfortable with it. So when people say to me, how do you be honest? It's because we have to get comfortable being honest. And of course we go in and out of different stages. So that's it, that's what I wanted to share. So far, this is the secret to attracting beautiful women. Starting a business, doing what you love, living a better life, healing relationships with family. Don't worry about my dad's angry and he won't change, or my mum's angry, or my friend's always jealous. Don't worry about him, worry about you. You change, he changes very fast. We attract what we are. We attract what we are. Be careful what we become. The gifts are in us. If I'm not being a man, or I'm being a white knight, or I'm not being manly, switch the video off, don't watch my stuff. Don't waste your time. Don't waste your time. Because if I'm a white knight on a horse, I'm coming to save you. I love all of you. I said it before. I love the people who criticise me because I wouldn't be here, and I tell the truth. I love the people who criticise me. I love the people who love me. I love the people who are not quite sure about me. I love all of you. Enjoy the process. It's about love.